Y'all, it looks like Nike can't protect Sha'Carri Richardson forever. Although she has survived several scandals in the past, this one is unique since she isn't being dragged over nothing. Online whispers or a little tree smoking. She is seen in 4K on her worst behavior in this entire league. Additionally, there are accusations and police reports that she went too far. Fans are now posing the crucial query: why is she still Nike's poster girl if the company breaks off its relationship with males over less? For those of you who didn't see it, that tumultuous arrest at the airport was the beginning of it all. As Sha'Carri and her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, prepared to board a flight at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, cameras captured Sha'Carri pushing him. It initially appeared to be an untidy couple's fight that had gotten out of hand. Fans, however, saw a very different picture after police intervened and body cam footage was made public. Sha'Carri wasn't as composed or innocent as she would have made us think. Instead, it appeared that she was the only one who had attacked. Her partner didn't, not even move a finger. When she became aware that she was being taken into custody, she attempted to change the course.
I'm under arrest right now? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay. I did not him though. We have video cameras.
She labeled Christian a coward, accused him of being a problem, and ordered him to stand up for her. When that failed, she said that she hadn't touched him at all, even though the video footage contradicted her claims. And she became aware that she was losing every second. After that, she became furious with the cops and even attempted to play the gender card by asking why she was being arrested while Christian was the guy.
Oh yeah. So this is the position that Christian called me put me into, okay? Because he's a coward and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward.
That was the last straw for a lot of people. People began criticizing her sponsors at that point, with Nike being the most prominent. Decisions have repercussions. And supporters believe that the pressure is mounting to the point where Nike will be unable to avoid the fire this time.
So you don't have to do it harder. Christian, are you serious right now?
So maybe
Christian.
Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
The problem is that this particular altercation wasn't the only reason for the arrest. No, Sha'Carri is said to have planned her own demise on her own. And a bit farther down, we'll get to her teammates and coaches' comments. However, first we had the opportunity to discuss the one thing that shocked people, which was Christian's subsequent handling of it. He protected Sha'Carri rather than filed charges. Days later, he stated in an interview that she only needed understanding and grace and didn't deserve punishment.
Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. Does she have like things that she needs to work on for herself? Of course. So do I, so do you, like everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love.
Perhaps he believed he was being a helpful boyfriend in his mind. His body language caught the attention of the fans. And notice something more unsettling. Christian couldn't even sit still, you know? His gaze swept over the area that adjacent about met the camera's eyes. For many, it appeared more like dread than love, as though Sha'Carri was hiding something. He was forced to help her regardless of the consequences to his reputation and mental health.
Analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory.
And this issue has given you fans a field day. Contentious on his podcast, comedian Corey Holcomb accused Sha'Carri of using the victim role as a weapon and got right to the point, guy claiming that she was an expert at manipulating the system to work against Christian. She was the one attempted to turn it after placing hands on him.
Video. Right. And when the dude said something to her, she was trying to turn the passengers against her, but the passengers was like, turn your phone off, bitch.
Additionally, The video footage shows that no lies were told, and that was very painful since it wasn't only what Corey thought. It confirmed what supporters had already surmised. Christian's peculiar defense did not seem to be that of a man supporting and defending his girlfriend. Appeared to be a man who had previously held this post.
And I hate that narrative too because, us coming together, like we're just two like real dominant personalities. And she's, to me, the best female athlete in the world. Like I see it every day. And like, for me in my process, like I just said, like moving training groups, a whole new environment.
The discussion changed at this point. The fight at the airport was no longer considered a one-time incident. It turned into part of a larger narrative, one in which Christian might have been coping with chronic behind-the-scenes issues. Furthermore, he defended her and chose not to file charges. As the reply aptly states, "I would never ever stay with a lady who touched me in such a way in public, and I would be dead to her. That relationship would end because if I stayed, we would fight again. I would be accused of domestic violence. And I would lose everything I own and most likely go to jail. It's not worthwhile." However, that's where Christian isn't the first partner to advise that Sha'Carri reverse the story, which is how the nastiness begins. Her former partner in an emotional interview, Jamaican hurdler Janique Brown, shared a story that fans are now reliving. Janique defined the connection as one in which both parties are mentally, verbally, and physically involved. However, she made it apparent that she was carrying a lot of pain. She claimed that when Sha'Carri used the internet against her, she was blamed, intimidated, and silenced.
Other people, there's people who seen that, people who know that, and will still honestly come and go, toxic, push and pull, and still get over the obstacles. Until I said, I have learned my lesson. I don't want to go over no more of these obstacles, right?
And y'all, that wasn't random. Years ago, Shaw had posted a long Instagram story claiming Janique was the painting herself and rallying sympathy. Tanique, meanwhile, got dragged online and even canceled in some circles. Only later did she push back, saying Sha'Carri's version of events was calculated as an attempt to save face while destroying her.
Really?
Basically, she was saying that people need to leave you alone, and that, you guys were both toxic together and take things off of the media and let's not bring it on social media. That's what I got from the conversation, allegedly.
Does that sound familiar? People think that what is happening with Christians is part of the same pattern because of this. She questioned the cops directly about why she was the person who was arrested in spite of the fact that the entire video showed Christian doing nothing to her. However, she believes that her partner should have been in Cubs. People are starting to speculate that she may have lied about Janique and gotten away with it for the first time. Not this time though, it only gets worse now. In the end, Sha'Carri released an apology video that stoked the flames even more. Furthermore, it goes beyond what she stated, which was a collection of meaningless words that her staff might have crafted for she was asked to recite. But the body language was abhorrent. Who posts a video of herself apologizing while grinning, and then claims she was misinterpreted. Additionally, Inash concluded her apologies in typical narcissistic form by declaring, "I love him, and to him I can't apologize enough." On Instagram, the current 100-meter world champion wrote in all capital letters, stating that her apologies need to be as loud as what she did. After those clips were released, though, the internet did not hold back. TikTok, Twitter, everyone on Reddit had an opinion, and the results weren't good. One tweet that went viral encapsulated it. "Imagine what she does behind closed doors. Dang." Sha'Carri's apology was called out by another fan. Apology was definitely trying to save face, she noted, pointing out that she smiled the entire time as though she were only narrating a humorous anecdote rather than confronting the other person. No apologies or regrets. If it had been the other way, he would have been buried with his career. Hey everyone, the phrase thing repeatedly surfaced was a pattern. K, Nike added fuel to the flames. As if the apologetic films weren't awful enough. Contrary to popular belief, instead, Nike increased their efforts instead of reducing or stopping their marketing. Was still prominently featured on their homepage, promoting her most recent sneaker days after the arrest. Clearly, let's get started. Sha'Carri Richardson is prominently shown on its front page. Nike has not yet released a statement. The scandal was not acknowledged. Basically, a very loud yet quiet demonstration of support. The fans were furious. They emphasized how one of the most well-known figures in women's athletics, Caitlin Clark. Since joining Nike, he has seldom received any promotions as of yet. Additionally, she hasn't had any trademark shoe or large-scale marketing initiatives. In the meantime, Sha'Carri, who has been seen on camera touching her partner, continues to be promoted as a celebrity. Corporate sponsors like Nike, who say they have a zero-tolerance policy on domestic violence, are mute, according to one irate post. About the incident involving Sha'Carri Richardson, this appears hypocritical if everything is incorrect. How much can be done before it's considered improper? Some said that Nike was being cynical, claiming that Sha'Carri's from her feisty personality to her marijuana ban. Nike's brand was built on controversy, and they know it sells. I'd say because Sha'Carri Richardson is increasing awareness of the sport, Nike made sure to take advantage of her marketability, remained by her after she was punished for using marijuana, then launched a campaign to get her back and kept her in ads. I don't hear a lot about Noah, and supporters were not at all comforted by that explanation. If anything, it increased their level of rage, because it implied that Nike was aware of what was taking place. They continue to wear her as they are, making money off of it. And this is what gave rise to the double standard, the most contentious issue of all. Corey Holcomb said it simply. If Sha'Carri Ahmed was seen on CCTV pushing his girlfriend, the sponsorships would disappear in a flash. No argument?
Oh, you think she didn't say that?
Oh, what?
Oh, she did.
You think she didn't say, oh, as they were kicking her off, she said, oh, y'all just don't know who I am.
And supporters concurred, while Shaw, who had video evidence against her, was still being praised. They alluded to other athletes who had lost everything because of a single accusation. Others pointed to Nike's record, citing its selective outrage and other athlete problems. And it wasn't shocking, according to some. It served as yet another reminder that wealth is more important than morality. And for that reason, Nike is under increasing pressure. Not only are fans crazy to carry, but they're angry at the system for keeping her safe. Zooming out, the plot revolves around multiple altercations at an airport. It concerns Sha'Carri's years of controversies, succeeded in outrunning him. Her skill and marketability kept her safe, so even grievances from teammates and accusations of rudeness were dismissed. Furthermore, what the effect she has on her partner, Christian, trembling during interviews and prolonged silences, suddenly feels like proof that this wasn't an isolated incident. Is something that many people find difficult to comprehend. The man has been suffering for a longer period of time than anyone had anticipated. Above all, though, it concerns Nike, a business that professes to uphold moral principles but is alleged to prioritize financial gain. Their decision to keep Shaw loyal to the brand reveals to the followers just where their allegiance lies. Here is the current situation. Cher is currently quiet. Nike also doesn't speak. Christian says nothing. The fans' voices are the only ones remaining, and they're louder than before. Thus, it appears that Nike has once again demonstrated that scandal is a profitable product.